A group of lawmakers in Missouri called the Future Caucus are now trying to prepare the Show Me State for new AI data centers. Our Missouri Capitol reporter Hannah Falcon breaks down the proposed legislation.
AI data centers have already been proposed in several Missouri communities, but were met with concern and opposition from residents. St. Charles was the first Missouri community to put a one-year moratorium on data centers. Now, two St. Charles lawmakers are introducing legislation to regulate any future data centers.
Missourians come first. It comes before profits. It comes before attracting businesses. The well-being of Missourians comes first.
Under their bills, data centers would have to pay for any energy infrastructure upgrades needed and agree to front the cost of using the energy. Data centers would also need to acquire water use permits from the Department of Natural Resources and may be required to offset their water usage by creating a closed-loop water system.
Water is absolutely essential to our state's economy, to our jobs, to our families, and to our ability to attract any additional economy into the future.
AI is not just the computer science issue nowadays. It is an energy issue.
Associate Professor of Engineering, Tazza Kim, says states need to be ready for data centers because they are coming. He suggests responsible regulations and utilizing renewable energy such as nuclear.
One AI data center, just consume city-level power.
The message from the bill is this: Missouri is open for AI data centers if they can play by our rules. This legislation was just recently introduced and has a long way to go before it can get to the governor's desk, but the sponsors hope to get it moving quickly. Reporting in Jefferson City, I'm Hannah Falcon.